said, I know, we can make our own video as a finale to the show. Yeah, okay, you've got to be the camera people, right? So you've got to film me, you've got to go like that, you've got to film me, you've all got to film me. Okay. Action, voiceover. On the 11th of December, 1946, sorry, cut that. Actually, you don't all have to do that. Although it does look bloody brilliant. Lancelot, would you mind filming me? It's not really fair to get them to work, because they're all paid to be here. So. No, they haven't actually paid any money, no. But they are paying me in lifetime. This is 50 minutes they're never going to get back, and I want to be respectful of that. That's why I've turned my phone on silent. Not taking any calls during the show. One love. I'm going to go stand by the pillar, mate. Yeah? Okay. Action, voiceover. On the 11th of December, 1946, the United Nations forms the International Children's Emergency Fund, UNICEF, for the benefit of supporting in various ways the world's children. 13 years later, in December 1959, the International Declaration for the Rights of the Child is formally adopted by the UN General Assembly, with one of the core principles being, every child shall have full opportunity to play, and society and the public authorities shall endeavour to promote the enjoyment of this right. Over half a century later, in January 2013, the UN finally recognises that this principle is equally as important to maintaining the well-being of the world's fully grown population. And the United Nations Association for Playfulness of Older Peoples, UNAPOOP, is born. Under the directorship of Dr. Hornhan PhD. Hello, my name is Dr. Hornhan PhD. Thank you for joining me for this PVD presentation. 44 years ago, when I was -3 years old, my mother, Dr. Isabella Garugagu Hornhan PhD, was sat at her work desk when a colleague told her the following joke, flashback. There's a customer in a restaurant and they ordered a soup, and as the waiter brings the soup over, the customer notices he's got his thumb in the soup. Why have you got your thumb in my soup? The customer asks. Oh, it's to keep my thumb warm, the waiter replies. The customer says, why don't you just stick your thumb up your arse? The waiter says, yeah, I do when I'm in the kitchen. My mother laughed harder than a horse's head. The sound of her laughter ringing out across the open plan office, like horse hooves clopping across cobbles. She was promptly shushed by senior staff members and given a scathing look by her director. What was it about her reaction that so perturbed the management? Why did they so readily decry that my mother was bonkers, barmy, and the sandwich short of a picnic? The simple answer is, from what in-depth response, however, observe our Director of Emergency Operations, Leslie, in action. Go away. I'm gonna say egg before you do, I'm gonna say egg before you do, I'm gonna say egg before you do, because I'll say egg faster than you will. 3, 2, 1, egg. I'm going to say what city we're in before you do. I'm going to say what city we're in before you do. I'm going to say what city we're in faster before you do, because I'll say what city we're in faster than you will. 3, 2, 1. Edinburgh. I'm going to say 2 things you do on holiday before you do. I'm going to say 2 things you do on holiday before you do. I'm going to say 2 things you do on holiday before you do, because I'll say 2 things you do on holiday faster than you will. 3, 2, 1. Sunbathing and swimming. In a theatre setting, there's nothing wrong with what Les just did. But earlier today, when he did that waiting in line for the tills at Argos, it felt very, very wrong indeed. Why? Was it because he was wearing odd socks? I don't think so. Was it because he hadn't actually ordered anything and was waiting in line solely for the pleasure of participating in a queuing experience and enjoying the high levels of camaraderie a queue generates between queuers? I don't think so. Was it because most of the other human beings around him turned away and averted their gazes in visible, uncomfortable disbelief? Yes. Yes, I think that might have been why. Voiceover. UNAPOOP understands that due to specific factors, our sense of playfulness is suppressed as we grow by parents, peers, employers, and purveyors. UNAPOOP recognizes that this suppression affects the nature of our society, and that without playful, there can be no peaceful. UNAPOOP works to permeate playfulness into adulthood, addressing the barriers that prevent its assimilation. Reginald Rogg, director of the UNAPOOP Office of Research, has this to say. A long time ago, that used to be monkeys, right, hopping around with balloons and playing under the jungle canopy. Over time, however, we got smarter and smarter, and although some of us still enjoy hopping around all day like this and playing under the jungle canopy on Xboxes, chessboards, bicycles, etc., some of us spend our time a little differently, accumulating large amounts of monetary wealth. Often they do this by selling people things, using adverts that associate human happiness with a constant changing of wardrobes, buying of big cars, eating of hamburgers, updating of phones, sterilising of homes, jet-setting to Goa, and drinking cans of Coca-Cola. If you remember, that's the kind of happiness you can open. Why is this a problem? Well, first of all, it causes massive amounts of carbon to be released into our atmosphere, and that's affecting the weather, and the reason it keeps gusting and pissing it down so much over the last few years. And secondly, it distracts us from the fun we could still be having, hopping around all day like this, and playing under the jungle canopy. One of the things we're trying to do at UNAPOOP then is to loosen the link that some people have made between happiness and having stuff, and tighten in the link between happiness and playfulness. Here are a few examples of the ways we work. Voiceover. Running self-conversational classes for people interested in learning or improving how they talk to themselves, both in private and public. Spiano, spianoi, spioikio, spiano. Can I have one ticket to the new Alan Partridge film, please? Spianoi, spiano, spiano, spiano. Yeah, which screen is it? 2. Alright, thanks very much. Spioikio, spiano, spiao, yao yao, spiao, spiao, spianoi. Campaigning for the mandatory provision of swings in all new commercial building developments for use by staff members. Yeah, buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. That's what I said. Buy low, sell... Yeah, buy low, sell high. Right, it's my turn next, okay? Instigating hide-and-seek Wednesdays at Goldman Sachs. Yeah, buy low, sell high. Sectioning CEOs and shareholders suffering from avarice or extreme greed in specially designed play asylums and keeping them there so effective treatment can be administered. Okay, Mr. Trump, Donald, the doctor says you can send 1 email today, but you've got to listen to this Bob Marley album first. Alright? Good man, you're going to get better. You are, I know you are. Brokering agreements between advertising companies and the companies they represent that regulate their advertising practices, discouraging their encouraging of overly consumptive lifestyles. O2, thanks for having us in. First of all, we thought instead of the slogan, change your phone, as often as phones change, you could instead use the slogan, change your phone when your old phone is broken. Yes, you will make slightly less profit, but yes, your grandchildren are more likely to know what polar bears are. And hosting dog dirt through the letterbox of TV channel E! Exclamation mark. FAO, the producers of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Fido, here boy. Here boy, sit, squat, squeeze, good dog. Good dog. We do all this, and there's still much more poop in the pipeline. We are UNAPOOP. You are our cause. Find out more from unapoop.org. And cut! Woo! Just in time for the end of the show.